Hello and welcome to another segment of Concierge Tip of the Week. And I'm your host, EJ Brad from EJ Brad and Kai. I hope everybody's doing well today. We are here with another good tip for your vacation travel. So today we're going to talk about finding ways to get around while you're on vacation. So that's just like different transportation options we're going to talk about. So in today's society with different apps and services, transportation has expanded beyond just your normal transportation of taxis or car rentals. But we're going to discuss all of them and can just compare the different ways to get around. All right? So hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, you're going to like, subscribe, you're going to share this video, and you're going to hit that notification bell, dong, and hit that all so that you get all notifications, all right? So let's get started. So number one is your advanced and fascinating world of Uber and Lyft. That's your car sharing. So you have Uber and Lyft. Those are the two major companies that are doing this type of car ride sharing. So, you download the app, you register for free, and you put your payment methods on there that you want to use, and basically you order your car service. So this will be a car service that is personalized between you and the driver. You see the driver's name and driver's picture. You see the ratings of the driver, how many star ratings he has out of 5 stars, how many rides they have taken, how many good reports they've gotten, how many 5-star ratings they've gotten. You even see comments. So these are things that Uber and Lyft offer. Also, for taking so many rides, you get perks, you get rewards, you get cash back, and there have been the new innovative way to travel around town. Now, the good thing is that this is a good way to get a reasonable ride, when you need to go somewhere and travel. Like you're in a major city, major vacation spot, and you need to get somewhere in a hurry. This is a good place to go. Good way to do it, sorry. So I think that's ideal. Now, to me, some of the downsides, not really downsides, that it's in most major cities, so not all major cities. I had an incident one time in Mississippi where they didn't even offer Uber and Lyft. So you just have to make sure that you check to make sure that Uber and Lyft is available in those cities. But it is a good way to get around, and it's a good way to earn cash back too on other trips, on future trips. So I give kudos to Uber and Lyft for offering this type of service, because before we just had limited options, but now there's so many options. All right? So now we're going to talk about our standard taxis. Taxis have been around forever. One of the major companies is Yellow Cab. And no matter where you go, you see those yellow cabs zooming up and down the street, especially in New York. New York has tons of them. And basically in New York, you have to just flag one down. You stand out on the curb and you throw your arm out, hey, taxi, to get that cab. Or you can call the taxi services. So taxis have always been a somewhat reliable source to get around. However, in like some years back, taxis have become a little bit unreliable. You call, you wait forever. Sometimes it's an hour to wait when they say it was 15 minutes, or sometimes the cab might not be so clean, or but I think since Uber and Lyft have come around, that is their major competition. So taxis have become better from what I've seen. And, you always can see a taxi either around a hotel or, around a different arena. If there's a sporting event or there's concerts, usually you'll see taxis around. And like I said, one of the major companies is Yellow Cab, but you can always Google the taxis in that area. The only thing I would say to be careful about with taxis is making sure that it is a legitimate company, because there's a lot of small companies and there's also what they call jitney cabs. And jitney cabs are people who personally act like taxis, but they're really not, and they want to take you and ask for cash only. So you have to be careful of those. But for the most part, taxis have always been a reliable source to get around town and to get where you need to go in a somewhat of quick fashion. So taxis to me are still a great way to get around. Now we're going to talk about shuttles. Now, shuttles have also been around for quite a long time, and shuttles ideally were designed to take people like from the airport to whatever hotel that they're staying at. And in some of the major cities, they do have shuttle pickup places that will have the name of the hotel, and it is marked, okay, this is the shuttle for that hotel. Or they have shuttles such as Super Shuttle, and Super Shuttle has kind of expanded and has closed in some areas. Like in Atlanta, we don't have Super Shuttle any longer. But Super Shuttle has always been one of the major shuttle services in the country. And they have Super Shuttle Express now. So Super Shuttle Express is a way to order that shuttle for you and your party privately. So it's kind of like a private shuttle just for you to get you there in a hurry. So you're not picking up other people. Now, this basic shuttle service that Super Shuttle or other services will be a shared shuttle. So that means that they will pick up people from different airlines coming in, and then they will drop them off at different hotels depending on where they're going. So I remember one time going to New York when I used to travel for work, and took Super Shuttle from LaGuardia Airport. So that kind of was a not such a good thing in New York, but I mean, I did get to my hotel, but you think about it, New York, Super Shuttle, people going to different hotels in all the different boroughs around New York. So we were going to Manhattan, we were going to the Bronx, we were going to Queens, we were all over the place. And I think this driver was going by where your hotel was located. So it took me about 2 to 3 hours to get to my hotel, when I probably could have just jumped in a taxi. And back then, I think Uber and Lyft may have just started, so I wasn't too familiar with it. But anywho, it was really something. But Super Shuttle can be ideal for, you know, a lot of major cities if you just want to get a shuttle to take you to the from the airport to the hotel. And you can also do round trip service, and usually they're about $18 to $22, you know, round trip, which is pretty reasonable when you think about it, because sometimes going from just to the airport, from the airport to your hotel, could be anywhere between $15 to $30, just depending on, you know, how far you are from the airport. So I still say shuttles are a good source. Make sure that you Google or, you know, look at the different shuttle services, because there may be some local ones also in the area that you're going to for your vacation. And I'll put the link also for the Super Shuttle in the description below, okay? The next one we're going to talk about are buses and trains. So this wouldn't be, of course, in all major cities or vacation spots, but in a lot of major cities, they have their train systems. They have their public transportation, their buses. For instance, here in Atlanta, we have MARTA, M-A-R-T-A. So that one is the Metro Atlanta Regional Transit Authority, which is MARTA. So we have trains that go pretty far in different directions depending on where you're going, and we also have buses. So you could go from the airport all the way to, say, the Dunwoody or North Springs area, Sandy Springs, you know, Gwinnett, just different areas you can go, and you can take a train straight there, and then maybe either take, if you want to save money, you can probably, instead of taking an Uber or Lyft from the airport to your destination, maybe you can take the train to the closest train stop that's close to your destination, and then take an Uber or Lyft from there. So there are different options, and some cities that will have like buses and trains. I know in Las Vegas, you can take a bus from the main strip of Las Vegas to downtown Las Vegas. And it costs about $2.50 or $2.50 each way just to take that bus. And it's a straight shot, takes you right into downtown. So there's a lot of tourists that go to Vegas that take that option because it's reasonable. Also in Las Vegas, they have trams at different hotels, which is a kind of like a mini train that will go to from one hotel to the next. So it goes to different hotels, such as like from MGM Grand to Luxor, you know. So there's a couple hotels in between, so it will take you in. They're called trams. So make sure you check your, area, your vacation spot to see what type of public transportation they have, because it could be a very cost-effective way to get around and enjoy your vacation and save that money to do other things, All right, so we're going to talk about scooters and bikes. So this has been a really huge thing now, where you can just hop on a scooter, use your app, register on the app, order you a scooter right away, and just zip around town. That is something that happens here a lot in Atlanta. They have become a very major tool to use here and in other cities too. Also the electric bikes, they're charged up for mostly all day. Most of them you can go up to about 20 to 30 miles, on one charge. So if people are just going around the city, it's very effective for a lot of people. And say if you need to get somewhere in a hurry, you don't want to be in traffic, you can get on that scooter, ride the sidewalks, and be there in just a couple of minutes. So it is something that is good for a lot of people. Now, some of the downsides, I will say, is that, you're sharing the sidewalk with people on bikes, people on scooters, and people who walk on the sidewalk. Hello, sidewalk. But it is something that some cities have been fighting to try to, ban scooters from being on sidewalks, which causes other problems. But if you're trying to go into a short distance, I think scooters is a good idea, and especially if you're going to the parks. Like, a lot of riding a scooter in the park is ideal, because you can actually get on that scooter, ride around, and get to where you need to go, or just have fun on a scooter. I've never been on one personally. I'm a little scared of them, but I think it's something that's kind of cool. And of course the electric bikes, they're the same. And there's several companies that offer this. Lyft offers it, Uber offers it, which is Lime. Lime is the company. You can get it through Uber, or you can go through Lime, and you just do it through the app and order those. There's also another one, Bird is the other one. So those are like some of the three major ones that they deal with the scooters and the bikes. So it's kind of cool. Just be careful, I always say. Be careful when you get on those scooters or bikes, because there have been accidents, especially if they've been on the street and not the sidewalk. So be careful out there, guys, okay? All right, so my next one is car services and limos. Now, me being a concierge, if you go to a full-service hotel that has a concierge service, you can order car service. And this is for people who really want to have transportation already reserved for them, so they don't have to worry about it later. You order in advance. It's either a town car or SUV, or a limousine if you want to do something special for a special event or a party, or girls trip, or different things like that. They are very ideal. Now, they can be a little pricey, especially when you're dealing with limousines, but you think about it, if it's something special that you really want to do for somebody, that would be the option to go, because you rent it by the hour, and there's usually like a 2 to 4 hour minimum depending on the company. So, and it could range anywhere between $40 to $60 maybe an hour, just depending on the limo company. But of course, this would in most cases include like your beverage services, so you have unlimited beverages. Sometimes there's champagne or wine in those, just depending on what you want. And it's a nice plush service, and you can just enjoy yourself. So limos are great. And also with the car services in Atlanta, I give 2 shout outs. One to High Class Transportation, Hello, Joe. Really good, reliable transportation that you can order. She has contracts all over the city with different corporations that have VIPs coming to town, and she would pick them up and take them where they need to go. So very reputable. Also, Atlanta Dream Transportation. Hello, Z and Chemo. So, you know, if you're ever in Atlanta, you can look them up, and I'll leave some links for them as well. But those car services, like I said, are SUVs or town cars. They give excellent service. They take you where you need to go. And they also offer private tours as well. Like if you want to just have a tour of the city, you want to see what's around, you know, go to some historical landmarks. That is a great way to do it, where you just pay one fee or you pay by the hour, and you can see a lot of different points and even get out, take pictures or visit, you know, and the car service is waiting there for you. You know, it's your dime and your time. All right, so that is an ideal way to get around and do some of the things that you want to do while you're on vacation. All right, so our next one is tour buses, guys. So tour buses have also been around for quite a long time, and these buses are designed, of course, to take you on a tour of a certain location, certain events, like the wineries or different historical landmarks, a tour of like here in Atlanta, there's a tour of Gone with the Wind, you know, seeing the home where it was filmed, you know, different things like that. So if you're interested in tours, they usually have a minimum of a certain amount of people that have to book for the tour in order for them to actually do the tour. They have sightseeing tours. In Las Vegas, they have double-decker bus tours that take you around the Strip. So in just about everywhere you go, major city-wise, you can get a tour bus. There are bus tours to the Grand Canyon, bus tours to the Hoover Dam. You know, a lot of different tour buses and different companies that provide that service. And I think for the price of them, you know, depending on the service, you know, it could be ideal for you to actually take a tour bus and let the tour guide show you different things. Also here in Atlanta, they have Atlanta Movie Tours, which is a tour of different movie locations around the Atlanta area. You know, The Walking Dead is filmed here, so it takes you on those, and they have actual specialized Walking Dead tours. So, you know, check your local listing in whatever vacation area that you're going to and see if they have these amazing tours. You know, it's something that will, I'm sure, help you on your trip and allow you to have such a good time while you're on vacation. All right, now, one of the final things I'm going to talk about today are rental cars. Now, you know, if you don't want to be bothered with, you know, renting something, a car service or something, you know, you might want to rent your own car so that you can drive to wherever you want to go once you get into town, once you get to that vacation spot. You know, if you're going to be doing a lot of sightseeing, you know, going to other areas in that vacation spot, car services are definitely a way to go. You know, you have Thrifty, you have Enterprise, and also with Enterprise, you know, they will deliver the car to you in most areas. So you order it, and you can do that in advance. You know, you can order it before you get there, and it'll tell you where to pick it up, or where if Enterprise can drop it off to you and pick the car back up when you're done. There's good specials you can get through your airline points. You know, different clubs that you're in, membership clubs that offer it. AARP offers rental car discounts. So it is something that could be very cost effective and ideal to get around. One thing to think about when you're renting a car, though, is the price for parking, depending on where you're going, because if you have to pay for parking, that could be a whole nother cost involved. So, you know, if it's valet parking where you're at, or if self-parking, or if there's a parking fee, there may be complimentary parking. So make sure you do your research, and if you have a concierge at the hotel that you're going to, like me, we can find those things for you. All right, so just remember that vacationing can be fun, and ideal is if you just pick the right type of transportation that fits your needs. You know, because we're all about traveling and getting around, and you want to do that in the best way possible and not worry about it. So I'm a planner, so I like to plan things like this, but sometimes you want to be spontaneous too and jump on that scooter or jump on that train and get where you need to go. So just do your research to see what's in that area where you're going to and have fun. That's the best thing to remember, is to have fun. So this is EJ Brad with your concierge tip of the week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share and subscribe. We love you guys, and always look out for our videos. So we do the concierge tip of the week every Sunday. We do our regular videos on Mondays and Fridays. So look out for us, guys. We love you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.
Wait, hold on 1 minute. You're not done yet. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and also follow us on Instagram and Twitter.